vegans, those advocating and consuming only plant-based foods, on occasion let enthusiasm get in the way of, well, facts. First, let's restate a point I've made before. Meta and population studies prove that mostly plant, in other words, vegetarian diets, lead statistically to longer, healthier lives. The evidence here is overwhelming. No long-term studies, however, exist on 100% plant-eating vegans, although smaller studies suggest that vegans would do very well with proper supplementation of vitamins D, B12, plus omega-3 fats. But consider this assertion from the ideological vegan mantra, that early man, the first Homo sapien, ate only from trees, bushes, and the ground, no meat, no dairy, no fish. This vegan historical revision goes something like this. The Dordona cave paintings are, to the ideological vegan, recent overlays of what really took place. Here we see the actual representation. Neolithic hunters shooting arrows into giant Docus carota, Spinacia olaceria, and here early Homo sapiens flee a charging Brassica oleracea. Or consider this incorrect representation of ancient man bringing down a mastodon. Vegan correct recreation would have it this way. A beta vulgaris brought down by stealthy vegan foragers. Ideological vegans will not have truck with this false representation of Inuit whale killing. Rather, these fierce gatherers are actually about to strip fat, rich blubber from this pomegranate. The ideological assertion that Paleolithic man subsisted only on plants is false, as shown in innumerable scholarly publications, including Rhea Tannehill's book, Food in History. Tannehill says early Europeans in cold climates needed megacalories from proteins and fats in particular. 2 pounds of boneless meat per day at a minimum. Now consider a modern bull about 3/4 of a ton on the hoof could feed a tribe of about 40 for 10 days. We found the kill sites. Most of the meat was killed and slaughtered by younger males, who more than females were stronger, swifter, and had better hand-eye coordination. Don't get mad at me, Tannehill said it. We see evidence of this today in parallel parking. Whoops, Tannehill may have been wrong. In what is now France, 25,000 years ago, fish gorges were invented. They're toggles with lines attached. Later on, fish hooks. By 12,000 BC, harpoons, all used to bring down meat or catch fish. All this is not to suggest that early man got healthy on this Paleolithic version of the Atkins diet. The point is this: Paleolithic man ate meat. He had to survive. Though it is possible that some Pacific Islanders could have eaten only plants. For example, high-carb, complete amino acid protein foods such as breadfruit, sought by Captain Bligh of the Bounty. So yes, islanders could, of necessity, have survived eating 100% plant-based. Given archaeological evidence and oral tradition, however, that is unlikely. Only later in history, with advancement of agriculture, did plants assume prominence in the European diet. Greece and Rome was primarily vegetarian. They survived on grain, olives, figs, but supplemented with goat cheese and milk and occasionally meat. They became healthier as a result. Hippocrates, father of modern medicine, understood this. His famous phrase, "Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food," was based primarily on herbs and other plants. Agriculture first appeared in these warmer climates, Mesopotamia, Egypt, the Mediterranean. It would not be until the export of the potato and other products of South American native design that Northern Europe could approach anything like civilization. The Irish, French, and Germans, then Eastern European numbers, increased rapidly thanks to American plant exports, but most of that went into the animals which were then eaten. Today, one can easily, though expensively, do well consuming 100% plant-based but supplemented diet. And scientific inquiries suggest, but it doesn't yet prove, the wisdom in doing so. It does, however, show the health and longevity powers of a mostly plant-based diet, one where animal products are more condiment than entree. Strident vegans, as with all ideologues for whom the end justifies the means, would have you believe, because slaughter of animals is evil and meat consumption unhealthy, that humans are not omnivores and in some garden paradise nibbled only plants. This is untrue, at least for most humans, for tens of thousands of years. Vegans do not need to redraw the pictures and revise history. They've got good enough argument with recent and some older data proving efficacy of plant-based eating. So let's accept the truth. Early humans, blessed with an omnivore's ability to thrive eating diverse foods, ate calorie and nutrient-rich meat. It mattered little to early man that it clogged his arteries and made him more prone to other chronic disease. He was likely taken out early by some other threat. See this pagan fertility goddess? She's obviously well-fed, and with something other than kale chips and bean sprouts. Her curves were desired then. They represented fertility and ability to survive birth and nurturing of children. Today's age of antibiotics and abundant agriculture makes possible a healthier diet for females who can depend on a consistent food supply. Now, whether or not this advances her desirability, well, that's a matter of debate. This is E.T. See that subscribe button below? It's to your right. See it below? Punch it. Thanks.